Hiker X. First again. Alright. How are you tonight? Give me a thumbs up, y'all can hear me. Make sure my mic is working properly. Sharon Guy. Diana King. Yeah, Sharon, you made it. Alright. Alright. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Alright. Alright. Typical. How are you? Glad to have you, buddy. Alright. Alright. Looking good. Looking good. Glad y'all can be here tonight. So, yep. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope everyone is happy and healthy. Alright. I am doing just fine. I am doing great. All things considered, I can't complain. It could be a lot worse, and yeah. So, it is what it is when you're living in Los Angeles. You just gotta take it day by day and make the best of everything. So, yeah. Yeah, the last hike out was pretty awesome, Hiker X. Different, interesting turn of events, right? So, very interesting. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let some more people filter in here. And, yeah. Yeah, I was super happy. Super happy. So, you know. Super happy with yesterday. Much more quieter. Much more quieter. Heather Roberts. Heather Roberts says, I want to tell you, I heard back from Rachel King and I have two of the big people, so I went outside and left them a gift. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Told you, if you want to know about them, Rachel King is the person to go to. She is absolutely tuned in. And I wouldn't be this far without her, let me tell you. A whole lot of gratitude is owed to her for me. So, yeah, Heather, you'll have to start your own little YouTube channel and document everything and share it with everyone. Be interesting to see. It's always great to see what other people in different parts of the nation or the world do, and to see how similar everything is. Polly T, what's up? All right. So, yeah, yesterday was a great day. A great day. A lot less people up there, given the fact it wasn't a national holiday. Um, that has a lot to do with it. So, Y'all need to keep me posted on what holidays are coming up, because I'm out of the loop when it comes to days of the week or months or, holidays and stuff. So y'all keep me posted, because I know most of these holidays fall on Monday. Weird, but whatever. Yeah, much, much better. So, much better day, a lot less people, and I was able to relax a little bit, except for the couple people up on the hill. Had to hide out a little bit, The poor trees there aren't doing too well. So, let's see, living the dream on the right coast, California. Dreaming on Winter's Day, brother. All right. Sharon, I don't know. I know she. I don't know. I know she does private sessions. Um, I don't know. It's something you'll have to contact her about. Um, and I think it's yourtruecompassnorth@gmail.com. I think that would be her email. So I can verify that and get back with you. That's for sure. Or you can just go to her channel and watch one of her videos, because I think she does post it at the end of her videos. So, or it might even be in the about section of her channel. So you can always go check that out to verify that. But I'm pretty sure it's yourtruecompassnorth@gmail.com. So there's my wife, Mrs. Boris Ninjas. Yeah, hi Chris. Yeah, Your True Compass North. Yep. I think it's at Gmail, so yeah, so just go to her channel, check it out. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere in the about section, or maybe in the description of one of her videos, so go check it out. As for her, I don't know how she works that, so, but I know she's really into helping people. So. All right, so yeah, right. I mean, much better day, beautiful day up there yesterday, absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could have showed y'all the moon as I was coming up the street, up the hill. It was literally right at the end of the street, and it was bigger than day. It looked like I could have reached out and touched it. It was absolutely incredible. And in those short few minutes of me getting ready and getting everything packed up, it just dissipated, and I couldn't see it no more. So I don't know if it was because of the angle change or what, but it was absolutely incredible. It was weird how it just lined up right with that street, and I knew right then it was going to be an awesome time. So it was cool. So it from the second I walked in, it was interesting. So from the second I walked in, it was interesting. We had hot tamales all over the trail right there as I walked in. That was interesting. And I couldn't find the egg they came from. I couldn't find the plastic egg that those hot tamales came from. So I'm thinking one of them grabbed some eggs, had them in their hand, because those eggs, they don't clip together very tightly. And I think it just squeezed and the egg opened and dropped all the hot tamales out. And I'm assuming it was Fletch, got back to where they were going and went, "Oh, that sucks." Now I only have, well, you know, 2 or whatever, because I think I found. I always take 6 up there, 2 for each of them. So I don't know. It was interesting that we had stuff going in every direction. We had stuff going, the hot tamales going off towards Fletch's. We had the egg that was dropped going back towards Mercy's, and we had the bags going off towards Carta's. Interesting, very interesting, very cool. I've never had that happen before, and it just completely verified that I have their locations right and I have their areas pinned down, and it was so awesome. All right, honey, back to the old salt mines. Diana King, I wonder if they had to grab stuff up and leave in a hurry. I don't know. I don't know. Um, I couldn't tell you when they come get stuff. I have left voice recorders out there, and literally within 15 minutes of me leaving the area, you hear thump, 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 walking right by it. So, I don't know. Um, I couldn't tell you if they had to leave in a hurry. It's a possibility. So, Elizabeth Rojas, what's up? How are you? Glad you can make it. Sharon Guy, I bet Fletch was mad he lost his tamales. Yeah, I bet he was. I bet he was a little bummed out. But you know what? I'll tell you this right now. Fletch is the most intimidating one. Intimidating looking. He's cut like a real stocky basketball player, and had very chiseled features. In the beginning I used to call him Devil Boy, because his face looks like a cartoon devil, and he's very intimidating looking. But he is the most courteous and well mannered. I would have to say that for him, he is very well mannered. He is very courteous, and he's awesome. And it just goes to say the old adage: "Don't judge a book by its cover." And once I started to learn about him, it was on like Donkey Kong. So, Mid South Sasquatch, how are you, buddy? Glad you can make it, man. Glad you can make it. Parkway? Hey, hey, Parkway. No one knows Bigfoot better. Squatchaholic, how are you? Glad you can make it. All right. So, for those of you who just tuned in and didn't see yesterday's video, it was awesome. It was awesome. From the moment I walked in, it was very interesting. We had hot tamales spilled all over the trail on the way in. No egg to be found, no plastic egg. So I'm assuming it opened up in their hand and spilled the tamales out. Um, all of the little marbles and rocks were gone, as usual, and I could not find them anywhere. Carta's box was completely empty and gutted. All the apples were gone. Even the one I put on that stick was gone. Now I know that wasn't a bird, because a bird would have left a core. And that thing was on there so tight, a bird would not have been able to get that off of there. And that apple was removed without breaking that little stick. So that tells me it had hands, it had fingers, and they took it. So cool, you know. I love it. I love going out there. I love just finding the stuff they leave behind for me. I find it absolutely fascinating, and it's awesome, and I love it. You know, well, I guess it's ice cream time. So, Hopefully he does not sit in front of my house for 20 minutes waiting for the kid across the street to come out. So, sorry for that. We get a little circus music in the background. So, Elizabeth Rojas, they all have their own little personalities. Absolutely. Just like people. Just like people. They have their own little personalities. They have their own attitudes. They have their own quirks. It's once you start to figure that out, it's so awesome when you get to know them on a personal level. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, we had an incredible time. I had this overwhelming feeling of just being watched from the moment I walked in. It started with Fletch's area. Then it went over to Carta's. Then it went back to Fletch's. Then it came from Mercy's. Then it went back to Carta's. It was all over. Hiker X sent me a couple of screenshots, and I'm gonna put those in a video for y'all. And pretty good. I think she got a good shot of Carta standing right behind an X, and you can see his fingers in his hand holding the middle of the X. It was awesome. And it's cool. It's even better because he's standing behind an X. I mean, it's a perfect X. It's awesome. I love it. So once again, Hiker X comes in clutch. And yeah. Awesome. So interesting though, we they Fletch and I'm sure you can all hear that. Apparently the dog wants ice cream. So awesome. You know, we had the bags going off towards Carta's area. We had the dropped egg with the hot tamale still in it going back towards Mercy's area. And we had the spilled hot tamales going off towards Fletch's. It was awesome. All the little trinkets and marbles and everything and rocks I left, gone. Couldn't find them. Nowhere to be found. Even that green one that we found last time and I put back up, gone. I apologize, everybody. This is rather annoying, but unfortunately, this is the I don't even know what direction that dog is coming from. I apologize. So Liz, I haven't seen the ice cream truck since I lived in Florida. Yeah. So, yeah, it just had the whole intense feeling of being watched the entire time I was there, just coming from different areas, different times. I can hear a little bit of creaking and cracking coming from Fletch's. I could hear a little bit of creaking and cracking coming from Carta's. And, yeah, Hiker X got a good picture of Carta hanging out behind an X with his hand. You see his fingers and see his whole outline. I mean, if I can fit, I will do Hiker X's picture, and then right after I will do the picture that I have of Carta. And if you look at them close enough, you can tell they are the same one. It is Carta, so I can guarantee you that. And then Fletch also. The picture I have of Fletch, he's kind of like belly crawling through a bush. It's not really good, but you can definitely tell he is there. So, yeah, really cool, nice, good day yesterday. Yeah, Parkway, Sweet Corn will be a hit. I'm certain. You know what, Parkway? It just kind of clicked with me. You know, it's like, how many stories have I heard of people seeing Sasquatch in cornfields, or stories of moonshiners out in the woods giving them the old mash when they're done with it from making their shine, you know? So I was actually just going through the supermarket yesterday, and I went, you know what? Let's try corn. Let's try corn. So I walked over to produce and got 3 ears of corn, and yeah, I think you're right. I think it's gonna go really good. It's something different. You know what I mean? Um, and if any of you have any suggestions, um, let me know. Just leave a comment at the end of this video. You know what I mean? Um, and I'll get it. We'll try it. So obviously, I didn't get him any junk food this time. Um, I think we kind of need to balance out their diet a little bit. I've been giving them junk for way too long. So I made a compromise on sweet corn. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be a good one. So, and I know this is kind of an afterthought after I said it yesterday, but I asked Fletch to bring me that damn Blue Jay's head. And you know what? The feathers will be just fine. You know, um, I don't want to hurt no critters. I don't want to hurt no critters. I just want to send a message to that bird. That's not for him. Bird's been a pest for many, many, many months, and they're smart. They're smart. Um, yeah, Elizabeth Rojas. Hopefully that damn Blue Jay didn't get to it. He had already gotten to it, but before I even left. So, Mid-South Sasquatch peanut butter. Yes, I've actually put jars of peanut butter out there, and I only found one jar of peanut butter. Actually, I only found the lid of the jar of peanut butter, and it had been pulled off. It wasn't unscrewed. It was pulled off because it was broken in half. And you could see where the nails had dug out underneath the edge, and it was yanked up. So yeah, I have done peanut butter. Hiker at the big tree you and Bronzini were at in the earlier video. Where was that at? Big tree. Are you talking about the one that had the names carved in it? South of the Sticks, how are you? South of the Sticks, put a couple tomato plants out there. You know what? I've thought about that. I actually want to take like blueberry bush or a blackberry bush and go plant it out there. And maybe I'll even take like a gallon of water with me every time and water them, so they get, some water. Yeah. You know what? I actually do want to. No, I haven't tried applesauce. That's a good one. That's a good one. We'll try that. But yeah, I do want to try. I do want to try planting some stuff that will come up every year, and they don't have to, you know. Who was it? Popcorn, applesauce, Sharon Guy, popcorn. Yes, I've done popcorn, and it too disappeared. So, but I actually only did it once. Maybe I'll do it again. We actually have some too. So, um, yeah, Sharon Guy. My grandma always said, "Don't go in the cornfields at night because the wild women will get you." See, see. So yeah, I think the corn is gonna be a good hit. Mid South, yeah, I just brought 2 jars to one of my new areas. Nice. We'll have to see what happens, buddy. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that was the same tree with all the names carved in it. And I believe those names were actually carved in it probably in the late 80s, maybe early 90s. But yeah, it's a huge oak tree. That is actually way further down, past the area, um, on the left-hand side of the main fire road. Been there. I've been there a few times. Um, I really, honestly, don't feel that they probably do get around the area, and they have gotten around the area, but I don't think they go too far from their spots. So, although Carda and Mercy did follow me in North County Bigfoot to the cave, so and I will have to go back. I'll have to rewatch that video and take screenshots because you can actually see where me and Lewis came through the bushes up to the cave because we literally had to belly crawl on top of the bushes to get to it. And I actually sent two pictures to Lewis. We were sitting in front of the cave. He had his tripod set up with his camera. He's messing with it, getting it ready. And I'm all, this is a good picture. And I had a spot circled. Um, and he's all, I don't see nothing. So I sent him a picture of it, like, I think it was maybe 2 minutes later in the video of the same spot, and you could see Carter's head, and you could see a big red fuzzy head next to it, watching us. And all I got back was the response, "Oh hell no!" And I'm all, "I told you they follow me everywhere I go." Did you not believe me? So yeah, they were. I think they followed us because we had gone right past their area to get to the cave because we were on limited time. He literally took a train from San Diego up here, so I had to get him back to the train station at a certain time. So we really wanted to go do that cave. We went right past their spot. I had all their goodies in my backpack, but we went and did the cave, and I think they followed us going, "What's going on? What are you guys doing over here?" And then on the way out, I stopped by their spot in the afternoon and put their goodies out. But I had left Halloween rockets once, and they took 3 tiny sticks and smashed them all. Yeah, sometimes they do that. Sometimes they'll do that. If they don't want it, they'll let you know. That's for sure. Mid South. Dang, Sharon, where's those cornfields? I need to go. Pizza? You know, we'll try pizza. I'll have to put it in bags. I can't carry a whole pizza out there. It would just look way too suspicious. Heather Roberts, I want to if they like peanut butter cups. I know juniors from Ken King. Yeah, peanut butter cups. They get it's just the little personal plastic cups with the peanut butter in it. Um, that's what they do. And they obviously, they pull off the top and stuff. I personally, I started taking the tops off the sardine cans, for instance. I originally started pulling the tops off and leaving them in there. And then once they started getting the sardines, then I would just kind of peel back the top a little bit and make them do the rest. Now I just pop the top up and they pull it off. So essentially, I'm teaching them how to open things, which is, I think, beneficial to them because now they're going to be able to open certain things that they find, I don't know, in the homes below them. So Sean Patterson, how are you, buddy? Glad you can make it. No, actually, Sean, the sardines. I actually stole a book out of Arkansas, a page out of Arkansas Bigfoot. So I can't take credit for the sardines. I give all that to Ken King and Arkansas Bigfoot for sure. It just happened to be a it happened to be a hit, and I happened to teach them how to open them. So now I just pull the tab up, and they open them. But this time Carta's was gone. I didn't find the cans anywhere, nothing. So I mean, gone. I mean, I found those 3 bags which I have here. Um, and it's pretty typical of the way they open them. So that was held and ripped open. Um, Pretty typical way that they open them. All 3 of them. This was the flaming hot Cheeto fries, as you could tell from the coloring. And yeah, it's been just ripped open right in the middle. And I have dozens and dozens and dozens of these bags that have been ripped open. I see absolutely no teeth marks. You can actually see where it was pinched and pulled because it stretched. And yeah, normally you get a critter opening it, you're gonna see little claw marks, little holes, and you're gonna see teeth bites and stuff like that. Um, None of that is evident on these bags, so I'm pretty sure these were just pulled open by hand. And yeah, I love it. I love going out there. This group is absolutely incredible, and I'm so blessed that they're there and they're close, and I can get there once a week. Um, I've been in areas where you're on your toes the entire time because you get the feeling that if you screw up, they're gonna rip your head off. And actually, my wife forbids me to go back to that area because 2 bodies were found smack dab in that area, and I had some really odd happenings happen there. They messed with my head big time. So all right. Mid South tobacco. It's crossed my mind. That has crossed my mind. Unfortunately, tobacco here is extremely expensive, so we're gonna have to pass on that for now. I think even just a little pouch is almost $20. So it's prices on everything is absolutely insane right now in LA. So Stewie, don't chew on the turtle cage, dummy. My rabbit's out running around. He's chewing on the turtle cage. So yeah, next week we will be swapping out the buckets, and I will be taking the old ones out. Um, yeah, that's actually what I'm talking about. The pipe tobacco. It comes in a little pouch. It's very expensive. It's like $16. I think is the cheapest I've seen it. It's pretty insane. Excuse me. So yeah, next week we'll be swapping out the buckets. Um, and putting the new ones up. That should definitely help because they're excellently camouflaged, and I'm so happy with them. And I don't think you're going to be able to see them from the trail. That's for sure. They're great. They came out really good, and I'm happy with them. And I think the fact that they swing is going to make it hard for any critter to get in there, because as soon as they lean over that log and put their weight on it, it's going to move away from them. So I think that's going to be absolutely excellent. I think it's going to work great. Yeah, Sasquatch Theory. Yep. Yep. Good show, man. So after we go swap out the buckets and get everything all set up, I think we're gonna go head over to exit number 1, and I'll take you along with me, and we'll go see if that barrel is still there, stuffed in that tree, and we'll go see if we can go find that 4th one. Like I said before, I think I have a theory as to why that one is over there. I think she doesn't play by Carter's rules, and she ain't having it, so she just kind of left out on her own, and yeah, we'll see. We're gonna go see. Gonna be a long day next Monday. Gonna be a long day, so I think I'm gonna have to split up the videos. Only because for the 45 minute videos that I already do on Mondays, it takes almost an hour and a half to export it from my editor to my phone, and then it takes probably another 45 minutes from my phone to YouTube. And that's if nobody calls me. It seems that if somebody calls me, it just stops and it won't go any further, so I have to restart it. I have to just cancel that upload and restart it. I don't know what's up, but for some of you that don't know, I do everything from my phone. I video with my phone, I edit with my phone, and I upload with my phone. So everything is done through my phone. And if somebody calls me for some reason, it just puts the brakes on everything, and I have to start it all over again. So I think I'm going to do the regular Monday video, swapping out the buckets and everything. We'll get that uploaded on Monday. And then Tuesday, I will upload the Exit 1 exploration in search of the number 4. So that way everybody can get everything. So yeah, South of the Stick says, I wonder if they would like raspberries plant. It might be like a lolly for them. Be sure blackberries would be a hit. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I want blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. So I need to go to the nursery that my wife knows of by her work and go get some of those plants, because they're small and I can fit them in my backpack. Obviously I have to do everything very discreet, and so we can actually put those in my backpack and carry them in without people seeing them. So yeah, strip a cigarette, safe passage to the woods, ancient Indian belief. Yeah. Yeah, always good to do that, man. Especially if you know you're in Indian territory. You never know when you might accidentally go wandering on sacred ground, you know? So it's always good to have that, on your side. Sharon Guy, SoCal, will you be bringing the other Sasquatch goodies? If we can make contact, absolutely. I will definitely be bringing goodies. And if that's the case, then it's going to get really rough on me really hard, really quick. Because that first hill that I go up to get to Mercy, Fletch, and Carter's area, it's the same thing on the other side. Yeah. I mean, we're talking probably a 40-degree angle for about 150 yards. It's not easy. It's not easy. You get up to the top and you need to stop because your legs are just burning. And yeah. So, but if we do make contact, if we get the typical woo like I got a long time ago, but we'll for sure start doing that. It's only fair. It's only fair. So, Heather Roberts, I want to know if they would like strawberry. Well, you know what? They're a lot like people. They all have different tastes. They all have different tastes. You just got to put it out there and see. Just got to put it out there and see. I do not think I have ever tried strawberries, but I think if y'all remember, they still make it today, but you got the jelly and the peanut butter mix, the jars of the peanut butter and the jelly mixed. I think I want to try that. I think they'll have a great time with that, and I think it comes strawberry and grape. So for sure, definitely want to try that. Typical Watch, what color is the fourth one? I think I've seen her in one of your videos. I don't know. I don't know much about her. All I know is I get the feeling it's a female. And the only thing I got was that woo on a video way back when I started the Local Mountain Series. It was Local Mountain Series Exit 1, and it was right around where that barrel was stuffed in the tree from the backside of the trail. That was the only time. That was the only time I kept exploring then. I think after that I went to Exit 2, and it was at the end of Exit 2 that we discovered Carter, Fletch, and Mercy. So, I couldn't tell you. I know Mercy's bright red like me. I couldn't tell you. So, but I know exactly where to go. And, yeah, we'll go. We'll see if we get any reaction. You know? And we'll see if we can get any kind of contact or any kind of vocal. And if we do, I'll leave some goodies. And then next Monday we'll have to go check and see if the goodies have been taken. So yeah, it's gonna be a long day next Monday, that is for sure. Yeah, we're gonna go swap the buckets, do our normal thing in Fletch, Mercy, and Carter's area, and then we will go hike over to Exit 1, and I know it's towards the end of Exit 1, so it's going to be a long hike. So, apple fritters. Yeah, we'll do some apple fritters. One thing I did notice is that, you know how some of that stuff comes individually wrapped? and the wrapping is kind of stiff and kind of loud, if it's in that kind of wrapping, they won't touch it. I guess because it makes too much noise. But the Ziploc bags are a lot quieter, and they'll open these up all day long. So I would have to pull them out of that hard plastic wrapper that makes a lot of noise and put them in Ziploc bags. So for sure, we're definitely gonna try that. Um, yeah, they like apples, so why not? And they love cinnamon, so why not throw some apple cinnamon fritter together and try that a shot, you know? So yeah, Heather Roberts. Um, yeah, I would suggest to you is just find a good spot to start leaving stuff. Um, you don't want to go too far into their area because they do respect boundaries. So you need to find that boundary, and you kind of need. They'll have their little areas. You know, if you're dealing with two, one will have this area, another one will have this area, and you kind of need to find a neutral area in between. You know what I mean? Um, find a good spot to leave stuff and continually use that spot. They will get used to going to that, and they'll actually come in closer, and they'll sit there and wait for you. They'll sit there and watch you and wait to see if you bring stuff out. And then once you leave, they're on it. So um, that's the area I go to. Imagine like a half moon circle, and off to the left we have Carta's area. Straight back we have Mercy's, and off to the right we have Fletch's. So it's a good neutral area for all of them to come in to get stuff. And we tried moving the buckets further down into the canyon, and the buckets weren't touched. The buckets weren't even touched. That stuff sat there for weeks and never even got touched, not even by critters. And that was when I discovered that that's Carta's area. Fletch and Mercy would have to go through Carta's area to get to the buckets. Again, with the whole boundary thing and the whole respect the boundaries, they respected his boundaries. So, you know, um, and so yeah, find a nice neutral area where they can get to it without going into each other's area. So it might take you a little time to figure out the areas, but once you do, it's going to be very easy on you. So Squatchaholic, I'm getting hungry. All this food talk. Yeah, with the human traffic on the trail, you know, um, that's the spot. That's the spot it has to be. Unfortunately, you know, this is a very dynamic area because of the human traffic. Um, which is why I refer to it as exit 1 or exit 2. And, I don't divulge the area. They've been up there for a very long time. They've never had any issues with people or dogs or anything like that. And they've been doing very good by themselves, and I don't want to ruin that. So this is a very sensitive area, and I need to be careful. I need to tread lightly and respect their boundaries. Like, I can go anywhere in that neutral area. You've seen me walk in front of you all. A lot of you have seen it where I've sat in front of Fletch's and whistled, and you could hear him pacing back and forth on the backside of those bushes. Very clear, very clear. Um, Respect the boundaries. Respect the boundaries. You need, I don't go any further within that half moon circle. I go in the same way. I only stay in that area, and I come back out the same way. Unless I go out towards Fletch's. And even then, I've shown all of you a dozen times that one trail that goes back behind the bushes. And I said, that's the entrance to Fletch's. We don't go that way. We don't go in there. Because I respect the boundaries, and they know I respect the boundaries. So, respect is very big to them. Respect is very big to them. Boundaries are very big to them. And when you get to start learning about them, for those of you who have just joined, like South of the Sticks and Heather Roberts, why I wear the beard cover. The beard cover is very important. The beard cover is very important, especially to Carta. Carta is the group leader. He is the oldest, and he is old school traditional, which means he goes by the Sasquatch code of law, essentially. That's why he's such a hard ass. That's why Mercy hasn't been so forthcoming. Fletch, he doesn't have to worry about. He knows Fletch can take care of himself, but he's got a big crush on Mercy. Mercy wants nothing to do with him. But anyway, Sasquatch, they don't wear any clothes. And I'm sure you've all heard stories. Well, it didn't have any hair on its face. Or you'll hear a story where its face was covered in hair. Well, the ones that are covered in hair are the older ones. Those are the elders. Those are the ones that call the shots and everything. Carta does not have hair on his face, but he does know that the ones with hair on their face are his elders, and he needs to respect that. And my beard was confusing him. He knows I'm a human, but I have a full beard, which he was, thought I was his elder, and I'm not. So out of respect for him, I started wearing the beard cover. And it works. It works. I forgot to wear my beard cover one time, and they didn't touch the buckets. I come back the next week with my beard cover on, put more stuff in the buckets, came back the following week, and they were gutted. Everything was gone. So beards are very important to them. That's how they distinguish their elders from other ones. And it's very important to Carta because he is old school traditional, and I respect that. So out of respect for Carta, with the hopes of furthering my adventure and my interaction with them, I wear the beard cover. So I can't win. I can't win. Again, mowing the lawn in the dark. I don't know what to say. Oh my goodness. Loud cars. Barking dogs. ice cream trucks. I'm mowing the lawn in the dark. Oh my goodness, I apologize, everybody. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I just. Yeah. So, okay. Let's see if we can block some of that for you. Alright, let me read some of these. Yeah, always ask permission before entering their home. Heather Roberts, that's a good tip. Also, since you were dealing with new ones that don't know you, always ask for permission to enter. Whether it's their area or not, always ask permission. They'll respect you for it, and they might not be. You might get a wood knock, you might get a rock clack, you might get a vocal, or you might just get a feeling. They operate a lot on feeling, so they will project to you, yes, it is okay, or they will project a little bit of fear, which tells you, no, don't come in here. So pay attention to that. Always trust your gut. Go with what you feel. Good job, Typical. Hiker X, I was referring to the noisy bags. They probably don't like noisy bags. In my particular case, because of all the human traffic, yes, the noisy bags would definitely get them in trouble, for sure. Yeah, and I think that is a big part. So, Juanita, you could actually, I did a couple of videos on it. Basically, I went to an area way up in the mountains. It was a 2.5 hour drive, and I set up some cameras, which one of them was left out there, and I never got it back. But in the middle of that area, a few weeks afterwards, a couple was found dead, like smack dab where I was. They ruled it a suicide, but all of their friends who knew them said that they loved each other very much, they were very much happy, and they wouldn't do that. They would not go out in the woods, they would not kill themselves. So now, per the reports, it just said suicide. It didn't state whether it was by gunshot. It didn't state any of that, how they committed suicide. All I know is that special investigators were assigned to the case, whatever that may be. But based on what happened to me out there, based on the reasons for losing that camera, based on how they manipulated my brain, and the bodies found in that area, my wife looked at me and said, "You're never going back to that spot ever again." And I said, "I don't want to." So, yeah, if I know I have a lot of videos, but those videos are on my channel. You just got to keep scrolling down, and you'll see the videos and stuff that I made on that topic. Yeah, scary, very scary, and I'll tell you this right now. when I went back there to pick up the cameras the next day, well, the first day, I knew they were there because I could hear them. Now, I did things most people don't do. I walked down in the bottom of the canyons because I knew letting them have the ridges, the high ground, is going to make them more comfortable. I could hear them. I could hear one on my right side up on the ridge. I could hear another one on my left side up on the ridge. I knew they were there. And their tactic was, as I'm walking down the canyon, one, you could hear it thump, 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 and then stop. It would get 50 yards ahead of me and stop. And when I would get right up parallel with it, the other one would leapfrog. So they were leapfrogging each other on the ridges as I was walking down the canyon. I had gone, immediately found signs. I just literally left the parking lot, went up a hill, turned right, and right at the bottom of that, I found a structure. It's all there. It's all in my videos. You just gotta start scrolling through to find it and stuff. You'll see the structure and everything. You'll see the follow-up. And I went back 7 or 8 weeks later. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. That particular area, the way they manipulated, I found the structure, I went down the canyon, I placed a camera. I came back up the canyon and I walked up a wash and went down the next canyon over, the next valley over, and left a 360 cam. It had sensors all the way around it. It had a camera that spun. If this sensor got triggered, it would spin around and take video. If this sensor got triggered, it would spin around and take video. There was no escaping this camera. And I had it in an awesome spot because when I got up to the top of that ridge, I was resting by a big pine tree. And I did a video that says my wife is awesome, or my wife is the best. Because that weekend, my wife got really, really sick. And she sat in the car, waited for me, and I was gone nearly 6 hours. And she waited for me to go get that camera. And I couldn't get it. But when I put the cameras out, I went down the canyon from the structure, came back up, went up a wash behind the structure, up to the ridge, and I made a video, said my wife is the best. Right down that canyon is where I left that 360 cam. Now, when I was sitting there making that video, my wife is the best, I'm looking around after I made that video, and it looks like footprints, thousands and thousands of footprints of all sizes, 20-inch down to 6-inch. And I think, now that I think back on it, that was a playground. That was a nursery. That was something where, that was a place where the adults take their kids to run around freely. That was the impression I got. And I put that camera in a bad spot. So I put all the cameras out that day. It was a Saturday. We went to the hotel that night. I had an interesting experience in the parking lot of that hotel, which was about 9 miles away from the area on the other side of the lake. That is also on here somewhere in there. Went back the next day and I wandered around that place thinking that I put that 360 cam down further down the same canyon that I put the regular trail cam. I did not. I could not remember a certain section. It was just missing from my brain. It was a certain section of what I did was missing from my brain. And I like I said, I wandered around there for like 6 hours, couldn't find it. I finally said, okay, I need to go because my wife's waiting in the car for me and she's probably getting really mad. And just, it's a loss. Let's go. So I left. I physically had to watch my videos to figure out what I did, where I went, when I went there, and how I got there. And I figured it out. So behind that structure I found off to the right in the back was a wash, like a drainage. And I walked up that. And I stopped in the middle of that wash. And I did a rock clack. And the rock disintegrated in my hand. Okay? That was the section of the part of my memory that I was missing. Was walking up that wash down to the next canyon. But once I watched all my videos, I knew exactly what I did. So 8 weeks later, we decided to go back up. I got to try and get that camera. Well, I knew exactly what I did because I watched the videos. I was just dead set on getting that camera. I was just going to go straight up there, go down the canyon, get my camera, and come back. Well, I couldn't. That entire wash that was completely clear, that I walked up very easily, it's on video, is now completely barricaded with giant logs. Giant logs, completely barricaded. I mean, all the way up. All the way up. And we're probably talking 75 yards long. All the way up, completely barricaded. And I'm looking at it going, WTF? This is the part of my memory I couldn't remember. And now look at it. So they wiped out that part of my memory to buy time to barricade it up because I put that camera down there. I started making my way through all of these logs, and I think I probably got 40 feet up into these logs, and I got growled at from the hillside to my right. And I put my hands up. Hey, I just want to get my camera. I apologize for putting it out there. Okay? I'm sorry. I just want to get my camera and leave. And I think I went another 5 feet, and a rock about the size of a golf ball came out of there right next to my feet. And I could hear it coming through the leaves of the trees. And it caught my attention. I looked and I literally followed it. And I watched it land about 3 feet to my left. Okay. I picked that rock up and I threw it back. And that was a bad idea. Really bad idea. Because the next rock that came out was about the size of a bowling ball. And it was a lot closer to me. And that was when I literally had, all right, understood, I'm leaving. I turned around, making my way back down through the logs, and I could hear it walking along the hillside. Crunch, 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 following me out. Yeah, I don't go back to that spot again. I think it was almost a year later, Bronzini Bigfoot contacted me, and he's, I'm going to that area. I want to go see if I can find your camera. And he called me when he was on the trail, and I said, okay, are you in the parking lot? He's all, yeah. Are you parked in front of that picnic bench on the left side of the parking lot? Yeah. Okay. stand at the back of your car and face that hillside. Okay? Go straight up that hillside, make a right. And, okay? What do you, are you at the part where it starts going down? He's all, yeah. And I'm all, what do you see down there? He's all, what the hell? That's a funky looking structure if I've ever seen. I'm all, okay, you're on the right, you're going the right way. Go down that hill, go back behind that structure, and you're going to see a big log. He's all, okay, go over that log. All right, I'm over the log. Go to your right, okay, to the hillside. Okay, I'm at the hillside. Turn to your left. You see all those logs going up that wash? He's all, yeah. I'm all, those weren't there when I walked up it. That was the section of memory that they wiped from my brain. I'm all, you need to get up those logs. At the top of those logs, you're going to come to a round kind of opening of trees. He's all, okay, I'm at the top. All right, stand in the middle. Now at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, you're going to walk through those trees. And on the other side, you're gonna have this like meadow. He's all, okay, I'm through the trees. I'm at the, you now look to your right. You see that big pine tree? He's all, yeah. I'm all, that was the pine tree I was sitting at when I made that video talking about how my wife was severely sick. He's all, okay. Now look straight ahead. You see that canyon down there? He's all, yeah. I'm all, it's at the bottom of that canyon on the left on a big log that had a branch coming up. It's on a tripod that has yellow arms on it. And they're zip tied to that branch so it didn't come off. And he's all, okay. About how far? And I said, I think probably about 75 yards. And all, okay. I'm all, and he walks down. Okay. Okay, I found the log. I see the branch sticking up. There's no camera. Okay. Get out of there and get out of there fast, please. And we sat on the phone for an hour and a half while I walked him through exactly where I went and what I did. So, Diesel in Jersey, what's up, boy? How are you? And, yeah, so a brand new, very expensive 360 trail cam. Didn't even get to use it once. Brand new batteries, brand new frickin' 124 gigabyte memory card. Gone. So, yeah. I think back on it now, and I'm glad I did the things I did in that area, like walking down into the canyons, and I completely regret putting the cameras out because I know how they feel about cameras. Apparently I put that camera in a really good spot because they didn't want it there. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with the name Claudia Ackley. This area was directly west of her sighting. If I wanted to, I could literally hike all trails right to her back door. And they're up there. They're absolutely up there. They don't want people in there. And as for the bodies found in that area, it all kind of went quiet. Everything was taken off of Facebook. Everything was taken off of YouTube. It was just kind of swept under the rug as a suicide, with special investigators assigned to the case. Whatever that means, I don't know. How are you, Juanita? So, you know, maybe someday Brandon and I will go back there I ain't going alone. That's for damn sure. I am not going alone. Um, and we'll retrace my steps. And we even went to the frickin' Forestry Service and said, "Hey, did anybody find a trail camera out there?" "No." "Can I leave you my name and number in case somebody does and is nice enough to turn it in?" "Yeah, sure." Never heard nothing. Never heard nothing. So yeah, they wiped out a section of my memory in order to buy time to barricade that whole wash up. Um, it's really interesting. It's all documented on my channel. You just gotta scroll down. Way down at the bottom, you'll see it. I think it's one of the first things I ever did. Um, you'll see me do the rock clack in that wash. When I do that rock clack, I'm standing halfway up that wash, and it's completely clear. And I go back to get my camera, and it's just massive logs. Massive logs. I mean, we're talking 3 feet in diameter. All the way up. All the way up. I found so much sign up there, it wasn't even funny. And those ones up there do not want people in that area. And I think it's because where I was sitting in front of that pine tree, like I said, it's a nursery, it's a playground for the kids. And that's where the parents take the kids to go run around and play and do all that stuff. And so, yeah, a lot of them had roots. A lot of them just broken. I mean, you would have put it this way: these things were so massive, you would have needed heavy equipment to move them, and there was absolutely no sign of heavy equipment. Nothing. It's incredible. So definitely go back and check those out if you all are interested. Um, Good night, Typical. Thanks for coming, buddy. Yeah, I mean, you know, like the a more recent camping trip, and it's a camping trip with Sasquatch Omega, and I had gone out that morning and just kind of scouted around, and I'm like, okay, I want to get over to that mountain over there. How do I do that? So I scouted around before he got up because he had gotten there really late, and so I'm scouting around. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go. We'll go this way, and then we'll go down this part and go across and go up over that mountain. So he got up, he got ready to go and stuff, and we're going and stuff. And for some reason, where I wanted to turn left and go down the hill, I didn't. I went up and over the ridge, and that is where we found the structures. And every single log, every single branch was broken. There was not one saw mark on those things. That's all on my channel. It's all documented. You all can go see that. Found it fascinating. And then we went walking down towards the little creek down there. Found all kinds of footprints. We heard walking in the water. And Max Powers actually freeze framed it and actually got the individual that was walking in the water. And I have a picture of that. And I can actually post that up for you. So, we went back to those structures at night, and the atmosphere was completely different. It was absolutely different. We walked down the hill, we walked up onto the plateau, and as soon as we walked up onto the plateau, it was our ears. It just sounded like we were underwater. You know, if you go underwater in a pool and just kind of sit there and be quiet, you know, weird sound. That's what it was like. And Immediately, I just got the feeling, we don't belong here. We need to go. No, we need to leave. And of course, Dave being Dave, he's, oh, no, 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 let's go check it out. Stuff out. Get the FLIR out, you know. And let me tell you, using a FLIR, some things are just better not seen. Let me tell you, some things are just better not seen. And we had a couple hiding behind tree. I kept getting this weird feeling up on the hillside, and Dave had the FLIR and he's flaring around and stuff, and he's all, this is so cool, man. I had night vision, and he handed me the FLIR, and I looked up on that hill, and I could see the silhouettes. There was two trees. There was a silhouette on the left side of one with eye shine. There was a silhouette of another one with eye shine, and the entire time, the feeling that we don't belong there, to me, kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I said, Dave, we need to go now. And he, okay, let's go. And for some reason, we didn't go out the way we came in. It's almost like we were being escorted out the shortest possible route. And when we were walking out, he's all, do you hear those footsteps? I'm all, yeah, we're being escorted out. And he's all, okay, let's go 8 steps and stop. Okay, so we went 8 steps and just stopped, and you could still hear it. He's all, okay, let's go 16 steps and stop. So we went 16 steps and we stopped, and you hear it through the leaves and stuff like that. So we got back to camp. My wife is the only one up. She's sitting by the fire, and she's all, how was it? And we're, we shouldn't have gone there at night. We shouldn't have gone there at night. It was a bad idea to go there at night. And the whole atmosphere was completely different. We didn't belong there. They didn't want us there. And all of a sudden, we hear this rock come flying through the trees, hitting the leaves. And you could definitely tell from the sound of it, it had an arc. And after that, even my wife heard that. She said, what was that? And I'm like, they threw a rock. They threw a rock through the trees. And after that, you hear crack. Big old wood knock right behind our camp. And all right, we're done for the night. We're done. My wife was tired. She wanted to go to bed. She wasn't going to go to bed without me, so I went to bed. Dave went to bed. And I woke up the next morning, and on a stump, just right off of the camp, was this black rock sitting there. And hey, Dave, when we were shooting the BB guns and the bows and arrows and stuff, do you remember that rock being there? He's all, that rock wasn't there because I was sitting on that. You know, I was sitting there watching you guys shoot your bows and arrows and stuff. That rock wasn't there. Well, it is now. So, you know, they have different attitudes. They have different personalities. They're all different in their own little ways, just like people. You know, if some of you are interested in my other channel, Northern Idaho Forest Ninjas, a lot of my father-in-law has them on his property. He's about an hour and a half away from the Canadian border in Northern Idaho, and those ones are playful. Those ones are absolutely playful. I have a whistling contest with one. One was tapping on the window at 4 in the morning, left a big hand streak in the dust on the window. Those ones are playful. So, like I said, they're all different. They're all different in their own little ways. You know, just like how Diesel was raised by his parents, and his parents were raised by their parents. I was raised by my parents. We were all raised differently by our parents, and we're all raised to believe things, certain things. We're all raised to act a certain way, and to do things a certain way, and everyone's different. Same goes for them. They're all different. So I've had a lot of experiences in many different areas, and it's been an awesome adventure. So Hutchinson effect. I'll have to Google that too, Diesel or Mid-South. So, but yeah, definitely. If Heather is still here, trust your gut, trust your feelings. Let me take care of that. That is a bot. Let me take care of that. So. So, yeah. Interesting. So, alright, everybody. We're almost at an hour and a half. And I am hungry and I am tired. It's been one heck of a night with loud cars, ice cream trucks, dogs, lawnmowers. It's been a heck of a night. Oh, that's all right, Diana. It's all good. Don't worry, I got it. I got it. So, um, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for joining me for an hour and a half. And I'll see y'all next Monday when we swap out the buckets. Mid-South, I guarantee that. I can guarantee you that. Yep. I can guarantee you that. They have a unique set of abilities to survive. I'll tell you that right now, and that is definitely one of them. So, for sure. Hiker X, you're probably right. Diana King, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here and moderating. And thank all of you for joining me. And I will see you all on Monday when we swap out the buckets. And then we're going to go explore Exit 1, see if we can't find that number 4. So, until then, everybody, remember, everyone needs a Sasquatch in their life. Y'all have a good night.